All right then. Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Oh, Elisomi is joining us from Lagos. Good to have you here, Elisomi. Who else is here? Just drop your text in the comments. Mobolaji from Lagos. Good to have you, Mobolaji. Omolola joining in from Ibadan. It's so good to have you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for taking out your time this evening. I know it has been a very busy week and I wanted to rest. Oyin Lola, thank you for joining us from River State. I know you've been wanting to rest, but you just decided to take this time because you know how important it is to your career and to your journey. And thank you for that. Like I said earlier, my name is Promise. You might have been getting my emails from the point where you registered, even down till today. Did any of you get any of my emails? Please signify in the comment section. That's great. That's great, Omolola. Yes, so this is Promise in the Flesh. It's so, hi, Faith. It's so good to have you here. So without further ado, since this is a 1 hour conversation, we'll just get started immediately. Hi, Faith from River State. It's good to have you here. So, like I said earlier, we'll just get started. Welcome once again. The point or the idea behind this conversation is to give you practical insights and real experiences from professionals who have successfully built international careers. Our goal is simple. It is to leave you here with greater clarity than you came here with. And the first person who is going to be speaking is our director from the European division of Blumefy, Dr. Kika Odiaka. Dr. Kika, are you here, please?
Yes. Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Good evening, Dr. Kika. It's so good to have you take out your time to speak with us.
Thank you.
Everyone, please welcome our director. With your emojis. I'm not seeing your emojis. The energy is a bit too low here. He's not going to speak if you don't give me that energy. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The stage is yours, Dr. Kika.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I do apologize. I'm not coming on video because I'm having a very bad network, and I don't want for it to lag whilst you guys whilst I'm talking. So apologies once again. But yeah, welcome to the What Corridor conversation. Let's start with that. And it's good to have everyone here. Obviously, if you've got any questions, maybe to pop in the chat. If I cannot see it straight away, I will respond once I'm done talking. I don't know if I have more time to ask questions or get questions, but I'm sure if you put in the chat, we should need to respond to that. I don't want to be told off for staying too long in this and talking too much, because I tend to do that a lot. So that's me. Welcome, everyone. I'll just tell you a little bit about Blumefy. So Blumefy is a tech-based company offering tech solutions people who are looking to either move from one country to another, either through migration, or if you're looking for opportunities globally for work. That's what the company does. It helps you identify opportunities, pretty much handhold you through identifying opportunities for work, talk you through different career paths, what works for you and what doesn't, even help you identify jobs that might suit you, might be of interest to you. Because the job market is mental right now. Everyone's struggling to get opportunities. So that's what we do as a business. Obviously, if you want to hear more about that, we do have some walking sessions where you hear more about. On today's conversation, I won't dwell on the other aspect. Is what today's job market feels like, right? I do have some practical examples that I can leverage and talk on. So many years ago, I mean, first of all, let's start with a brief introduction. So I started off in HR many years ago, working first in PwC, which a lot of you might know. So prior to a consulting firm, and I did that for a while. I moved to different other firms working in the HR space. At the time, finding a job was a lot easier. I'm currently not in Nigeria. So it was a lot easier to get jobs if I was turning down jobs at the time. Shortly after, I think this is early 20, let's say 2013, 2014, the job market just changed drastically. So finding those jobs was not easy anymore. I started to realize that sometimes even having a degree might not be the most ideal because you have a degree doesn't still suggest that it's a guarantee that you get the job that you're looking for. And now the job market no longer is very, it's no longer linear. Where you go to school studying mathematics and then you're looking for a job as a maths tutor or as a statistician. Now people are finishing studying maths and doing HR. So that puts a lot more pressure on those job roles that would have been so easy to get in the past. Um, anyway, from that, I did HR for a bit. Obviously, jobs were not as easy as it was. And then I started doing my PhD, finished that, and I decided to transition to data analysis. Did data analysis for a few years and then moved to data science. And now I'm doing data engineering. So it's been a significant change. Having that experience in HR and that writing journals, talking about employees and all that stuff to now writing code in Python and SQL was a significant transition, but it was worth it. But that just tells you how the job market is, in that you can finish from working as a studying, I don't know, physics or studying chemistry, and the next thing you're a product manager in a company because it's no longer as it used to be, right? Obviously, that puts more pressure on people who have gone to school, study that, and the expectation is once I'm done, I'm going to be this. In fact, now some countries are even allowing people who don't even have any medical degrees to go and work as a medical doctor. They'll take you through some trainings. I know Germany was doing that at some point. So I know Germany was doing that at some point. Sorry, David, can you go on mute? Do you have something? Do you have a question or something? Great. So sorry about that. Not my train of thoughts. But yeah, so like I said, it's no longer as linear as it used to be the job market, right? It's a lot more tedious to get. There's more demand for these different roles, and there are less opportunities that exist. So in my time doing HR, obviously I've done multiple recruitments. I had one encounter where I applied for a role, and I got to the interview. I just asked the hiring manager, and like, how many people applied for this job? Just out of curiosity. And they said, oh, there's over 20,000 applications. I'm like, for what role? Then I said, how many opportunities are you going to, how many vacancies do you have for that role? And they said two. So you're saying you've got two vacancies for 20,000 applications is insane. I think only about 20 people got through to interview. So you're saying one in every 10 is likely to get that job. So you can tell how difficult the market can be. That's one lens of it. The second lens is now the CVs are no longer as it used to be. A lot of artificial intelligence that helps with CVs, right? Where you have your CV drafted in a certain manner, which you think this is the best way you can draft the CV. You send that CV over and scores significantly low and doesn't get through to the next stage. So you might sit down and churn in 500 applications in a month and not even get one interview. So there's a lot of things that go in the job market now. It's no longer as easy as it used to be. But which is why where Blumefy comes in, right? Where we have now created something or created an avenue that we can help you look through that CV for you, make sure that we're hitting all the key points that exist, leveraging AI to make sure that all these things work, and also creating a platform where we're targeting those kind of jobs that you're interested in. And we're able to assist you through the process of applying for the jobs. So in a nutshell, Blumefy decided, you know what, this is a significant problem. People are not finding jobs they're looking for. People are applying for these jobs and not getting through to interviews. How can we fix it? We decided, you know what, create an app, right, that pulls all those kind of jobs you're interested in, either remote jobs, sponsored jobs for visas, opportunities where you can talk to someone within the team who is well versed in that your specific field, So it could be that you're looking to change career path and you just need to talk to somebody about it. Or it could be that you're a software engineer and you wanted to talk to someone, what's my next step? Those are kind of things that we do within the business where we would get you in, have a look through your CV, get it to the standard that we expect it to be, direct you to a web app where you can just swipe. It's a very simple strategy. You see all the jobs, it tailors the jobs to your desire and your CV. So it doesn't just give you random jobs. A job that it thinks your CV is best suited for it. And all you have to do is just swipe left or right and you can apply for jobs. Similarly, if it's a case where you want to talk to someone about those jobs, there is that opportunity to do that. So one of the reasons why we set up all of this corridor conversation is just to talk through those challenges people encounter and also highlight some of the things that we've put in place that allows you to get those jobs, right? And if I go back to how I started, is I started in HR. Imagine having a PhD in HR and now writing down, moving to tech is a significant switch. It's not something that most people go to school and study computer science for them to get into data engineering or data architecture. And I've just come out of doing HR for many years and now doing that. So just to pull it to a close, because I'm conscious of time and I know I've been given a very short answer. These are some of the things that happen. First, the job market is a lot different now. The kind of roles you can apply for, how lenient it is a lot different. In terms of what Blumefy has done, we're now filling that gap where we are now assisting you through that whole journey and knowing that it's all of us have at some point gone through the same thing. And we're now saying, how can we help you make the journey a lot more smoother for you? And then obviously this kind of events is opportunities for where you can come discuss, hear real life examples of people that have gone through similar kind of challenges, how they were able to navigate it, what resource was available for them to be able to navigate and manage all of that. So yeah, that's my little brief introduction. Promise, I don't know if I've gone over my time or I'm bang on time.
No, you're right on time.
Brilliant. Do I have room for questions or do I wait for them to just...
We would take questions at some point in the session.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you, everyone. I hope what I said was somewhat insightful, but it's good chatting. I'll still be on the call for any questions I see in the chat anyway. Thank you, promise.
Thank you, Dr. Kika. I'm sure that we have not even begun or gone into the session just yet, and at least people are learning a thing or two about the job market. Thank you so much, Dr. Kika. So now we are moving into the panelist session, and we have two speakers on board here for you, and we'll be having a question and answer session. And speaking on the app, we will talk about it at the end or towards the end of this entire session. So I would just say, just wait, the best is yet to come. So one of our speakers, Mobolaji Faluba, he's an AI engineer and data scientist who has built his career working with global teams. He has helped professionals build in-demand skills and position themselves for remote opportunities. Tonight, he's sharing lessons on skill development and competing for global roles. Welcome, Mobolaji Faluba. I need to see your emojis. Let that energy be there. Let it be that you are actually here to gain a thing or two. So please just react to your emojis, please. Yes, thank you, Justina. Justina is giving us that energy. Temitope, thank you. Our second speaker, Idema Faith Omiram. She is a customer success and community management specialist with a successful remote career in software as a service and tech. She is passionate about helping professionals navigate remote work with strategy and confidence. Tonight, she's sharing her insights on breaking into remote work and positioning yourself for global opportunities. My audience, please welcome Idema Faith Omiram. Yes, that's the energy that I need. That's the energy I need. Yes, welcome Mobolaji and Faith. Are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, promise.
Yes, it is so good to have you. Thank you. Thank you for taking time here to speak with us. So now we are moving on to the section the work conversation. This is where the conversation starts right now. So this question is for you both. I want you to take us back to the beginning, because I would say neither of you started exactly where you are today. So what first drew you into your field, and what made you decide to pursue it seriously?
So, who's going? Do you want me to go? Should Faith
Um,
go?
okay, Mobolaji, you can go first.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm really excited to be kicking off this session. Right. So to talk about what exactly drew me into the field and what made me pursue it seriously. So I was just introduced, I am a full stack data scientist and an AI engineer. Okay, but my journey did not actually begin, in that space. Okay, so a very quick run back. Actually, what's funny is I do not actually have a computer science background. Okay, so something similar to what Dr. Kika was saying earlier. I studied zoology in school. Okay, I studied zoology in school, and after graduation, obviously, uh, faced with the job market staring me in the face. Well, because I didn't have so much passion for what I did in school, so obviously you could tell that I was a bit confused. But I remember getting a call from my sister one afternoon because she stays in Canada, at the time, and then she was telling me, you know, Aji, there's this thing happening right now. People are getting and they don't have real academic experience. There are roles like data analytics, project management, BA I can get into. So I just did a bit of research, and then I knew data analytics was meant for me because obviously I could relate because of the numbers and the logical reasoning. Okay, so I got into that space by like I think I started with Coursera. I did a very quick 3 month course in Coursera, and then that was how literally everything began. All right. Now, but if you were going to tell me that what actually drew me into the field, so obviously at the time, tech was increasingly becoming very, very dominant. Everybody was moving towards tech. Right. It was tech this, the buzz was just tech. All right. So having got the information that I could actually get into that space without having like a real academic background in this career path, that was a real eye opener for me. Okay, and then what I did was after finishing my first course in data analytics at Coursera, right? My thought was obviously I was going to start landing dollar paying roles immediately. That was my notion. But to my surprise, well, the job market literally had a different story for me. All right. But talking about what literally aligned me to that was again, all right, it all boils down to the passion. I'm someone who actually have a thing for numbers, have a thing for logical reasoning. So it was literally easy for me to be able to go that data analytics route. Right. And when I started learning data analytics, I saw that it was something that, offered me that career path. So I saw something that I could build for myself. I could, really do some meaningful work, right? I could literally sort of climb that career ladder, right? It offered that career path for me. Okay. And so obviously, needless to say, I locked in. Okay, so I doubled down and I started, doing everything I needed to do to make sure that I, really, really, really became a professional in this space. All right. And also for the fact that data analytics was something that, that literally cuts across every spectrum of the society. Right. So whether it is health, whether it's government, parastatal, whether it is finance, you need an analyst. So really, really, really coming to fact with all of those ideas, I knew that it was actually a way to go for me, and I just loved it. And it has been from one level to the other from there. So I'm just going to stop and I'm going to let Faith drop our insights.
All right. Thank you, Mobolaji. Thank you so much. Okay, so for me, actually, I I would say what made me start. Mm, I would say that me too. I started as like I was a microbiologist. I studied microbiology, and just like Mobolaji said, actually, I'm somebody that likes to, I have anxiety when things are coming up. I don't know why I just used to fear for the future. If I'm at, if I'm at 21 years, I'm afraid of what will happen 25 years. Like, I'm always scared, like, chill. But I felt like that is what actually helped me um reach this particular part where I was. So I think I was in year three at the time in university studying microbiology. And after my IT, I was just thinking about it. So if I finish now, will I see job immediately? Because if you think about it, I try to check the job market. What does the salaries of people that are graduated in my field look like? Are they even seeing jobs? Like there was a lot of calculation. I was trying to check. I was like, what is happening? I tried to check, ask people, what do you do? And then after everything, I saw that if I want to really earn the way I want to earn, I might really need to do masters, go through different levels of certification and experience, just like Dr. Kika said, because when it has to do with medical field, there is like a different level of experience that you're supposed to have before you get to a particular stage. So I just thought about everything. I was like, okay, if I finish university now, do I have money to go for masters? Do I have money to like start this thing I want to start? And I was like, I'm not sure this is something that my mom will want to start training me for masters again when I don't even have anything to even show for the 4 years that I've already paid for. And I was like, no, 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 no. I have to like think about everything. So taking myself back to how I started, I noticed that I learned computer appreciation in JS3. You know that short break after WAEC, junior WAEC. Many people learned computer during those periods. Some people learned hairdressing, some people learned all of those stuff. But me, I think when I finished secondary school, that computer that I learned, I think I was just discussing with somebody. I went for jam lesson, and then I was discussing with the owner of the school, and he was now like, he's looking for somebody to employ that if the person have computer knowledge. And I was like, yes, I learned computer. And he was like, okay, let's see what you can do. And that was how I got job. Like I got job in that year till I got admission, and I was making money. So I was like, if I can get job, even as somebody that just learns computer appreciation, all those Microsoft Word, then imagine what I'll be able to do if I now go deep into this thing. So I'm not saying that, oh, I don't love what I'm studying, but I feel like this is something that I should look at so that even if I want to go further in my career and all of that, I have the capacity to just move. So that was how I said that, okay, let me see what I can do. And then I took a course in school. I did not even have money to pay for a course. So what I did was, inside the school, there was an ICT academy. So I just went there. I told them that this is what I want to do. And they were like, they usually add it to our school fees. So I was like, okay, I will add it to my school fees and pay. That was how I added it to my school fees, and I paid for it. And then I started it. I finished it, all the projects and all of that. My classmates were just like looking at me, what is this one doing? But I did not care. I was just juggling my normal courses, going for exams, and then doing this one, going for exams and all of that. So after school, I reached out to somebody, the person that I worked for earlier, and he was like, at this point, everywhere, everything is evolving, so I don't know if what you were doing before. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do again. I've actually like upskill. And he was like, oh, that's nice. That was how he connected me to somebody else, and the person now employed me, and as I started working, maybe I just finished university, so I don't have to like wait in the job market where everybody will just start waiting, start applying for jobs and all of that. But now that that was not remote, that was like physical. So I was like, I don't actually want to just be going to office, going to this, I really want to do remote jobs. I want to work remotely. There's a different kind of feeling that I want, like I just wanted more. That was how I now said that, okay, let me just leave everything, physical jobs, and then start looking towards the remote side. And what I was doing was admin. So I just felt like, okay, since I'm already doing admin, why not I do admin but remotely this time around? So I had to take virtual assistance course, and that was how I started.
Ah, that's an interesting one. So basically, in essence, what both of you went through is I say is the typical reality of things, that what you studied is not what you will be doing later on in life, basically. Okay, so the next question. I'm sure that there are people here who have been sending out dozens of applications, hundreds of applications without hearing back. Why does job searching feel so much harder today than it did a few years ago? This is for you, Mobolaji and Faith. So Mobolaji, you can go first.
All right. So thank you very much, Promise. So first of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you are not imagining things. Okay. The job market has genuinely changed. It has significantly, been more competitive than it was a few years ago. And there are a couple of reasons for this. I'm just gonna highlight about like three of them. Okay. So first is this: remote work has expanded the talent pool. So, for example, you see a city that is hiring for a particular role. Okay, before it was just participants from that city. Okay, right now we have participants from other states, literally all around the country, even outside the country. Okay, so which makes roles that are very attractive just made them way more competitive, even though opportunities is literally increasing, but all those attractive roles are now way more competitive. Now the second is AI has made applying much easier. So, for example, you can literally turn out CVs and cover letters in just minutes. So, job postings that are receiving like, let's say, 50, applications before are now receiving like 200 applications, 300 applications. Okay. So, what are the odds really? In 200 different applications, what are the odds that an HR or a recruiter is actually going to check out your own CV? So these are some of like the real problems out there. Okay. So there is a lot of work that goes in lately these days to really stand out in that pool. Okay. And then the third thing is that companies are now using what we call ATS. Okay, it's a short form for applicant tracking system. So it's an application that literally sort of filters every CV before it gets into the hand of a real recruiter. Okay, so for example, that application actually works by filtering CVs that don't actually meet the job description, that don't actually match some certain keywords. Okay, so even though you are actually eligible for this job, even though you're actually qualified for this role, your CV might not actually get into the hand of a real recruiter. And so that actually just dampens your chances of landing that role. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why applications, people turn out applications, they are not getting feedbacks. All right, but what are some of the solutions to this? Pretty much, I think it's not in turning out more applications. Okay, I know there's the numbers game, okay, but it's really not just about the numbers. You want to be very, very strategic, okay? And what do I mean by strategic? You want to tailor your CV to the particular role that you are applying to. It's very, very important. You need your CV to match those keywords, to be able to, align with the job descriptions. Number two, you want to build a strong LinkedIn profile. You want to build a strong online presence, because I promise you, okay, I work with recruiters a lot. They are going to go and check you out. Just take it. Just take that from me. They are going to go and check you out. Okay. So you want to build a strong online presence. You want to literally put yourself out there. market yourself as someone who is actually right for the role. Okay, you want to develop in-demand skills that recruiters are looking for. Okay, and to just really, really up your chances of getting a call back, after applying, what you want to do is, after doing all of those, which would literally help up your chances, okay, the the truth is just that there is it's not all the jobs that people actually get these days that they actually get from job boards. It's just a blunt truth. For example, my first role was a data analytics intern with a company in the US, Chicago, all right, Simplified UX. But I got it through referral. Someone referred me, even though I've got value. Okay, I mean, obviously there was an interview, but it was through a referral. So what you want to start to do is, build your network. You want to start networking with people. You want to join communities, because some of these jobs, they don't really come through job boards sometimes. Okay, they come through relationship, they come through networking, and they come through communities. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there and let Aid join in our insights.
Wow, that's a real lot. It just goes to show that um it's not only being good at your job that will get you qualified. You have to also build your network. And through building your network, that's how you can even get jobs. And truly, that's the way it is these days. It's more about who you know than what you know. Faith, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, so what is your input on the question that was asked?
Okay. So me, I will say, have it ever been easy? Because finding a job is hard. It has never been easy actually, because I feel like even at the time, this job hunt problem is not today. Like, it has been so long we have been hearing it, but well, some people are still getting jobs. So, but me, I would say that especially when it comes to finding remote jobs, the major problem is the people that started these remote jobs. So they were like, um, work from home, work from home, work from home, work from home. But they did not really like tell us that as if we're singing work, they're doing as if you learn the skill, work will just come from different places and you will start selecting. Why that's not how it is? You get so everybody now saw that you can work from home. Oh, they started joining those courses and then come online. So normally before, people that were serious were the ones that were actually looking for these jobs. Now people that are not that don't even know why, they are now the ones that are in the market. So what are you expecting? It means there's going to be like a lot of casualties, which means many people will not actually get the job because most of them don't even know why they are working from home and how they even want to work from home. They just like come online and then see somebody talking about remote job, and you will see them. If you go to Facebook, TikTok, you will see all of them say, "Oh, how can I work from home? How can I work from home?" And then the person will like take the course, and you will see them. They will go and take the course. When they finish, they were expecting that jobs will start coming from everywhere, and they don't even understand positioning. Just like Mobolaji have said, they don't understand community. They don't even understand building relationships. They will just any job they see, they apply. Any job they see, they apply. Some of them, apart from even having CV, there's AI. I've seen very bad CVs. Like there's AI now, and you'll be wondering, like, upon there's AI, is it that you don't know how to use AI or what? People are not actually doing the right things to get this job. I feel like that's why most of them are not getting it. And many people don't know how. They feel like once I just learn a course, I know the skills, I know what to do, and then jobs will come. Some of them have never even gotten the opportunity to actually do those things for somebody or to work for somebody, those skills that they have learned. So it's like they are either just mediocre or they don't even know what to do. And then normally you're competing with people all over the world. Unlike just like Mobology have said, once it's application before, you can just see a shop that they put this particular position wanted, and maybe only people in that area that pass there that will go and apply. But this one, any job that comes up, only LinkedIn alone, if you see a LinkedIn job, 5 minutes ago. Go and check there. You will see 100 people have already clicked it. Like, come on now, people should chill. Like, it's a lot, because imagine in 5 minutes 100 people have clicked it. Then imagine in one day. We are competing with almost 3,000. What is 3,000? There are thousands of people in just one job application. Oh, that's just it. But they are just like Mbolaji have said, there are different ways of actually getting these jobs. It doesn't have to come from somebody posting and not posting. But the major problem is they don't even know what they are doing. So I feel like the solution is clarity. You need to understand why you even want a remote job. You need to know exactly what you want to do. If you ask most people now, if you want to do a survey, ask most people. Most of the times that I get to speak to people, speak to newbies that are just coming into the remote world, and then they're like, oh, I'm not getting job. Me too, I made a mistake. And they're like, I'm not getting job. I'm not doing this. What I ask them is, as you're not getting job right now, what exactly are you applying for? And you see them, they're like, any job, as far as I'm working from home. What do you mean any job? Even if you've learned a skill, but you are not getting you're not seeing the job post on that particular skill, and you think that, oh, anything I see, as far as I'm in the house, that's why you see all of them going to pay for chats with lonely white men, because they just want to be in the house. They don't really care. Like, everybody is just like, I'm like, when I see people doing all those things, I'm like, you see this chat with lonely white men? Which white men do you think is lonely? These people are eating your money. The person that is telling you to come and chat with lonely white men is busy collecting your 20,000 to teach you how to chat. So even if you wanted to chat with lonely white men, it's somebody that will teach you how to talk to them. Like, people just want to work from home, but they don't really know that there are things that you will do. There are sacrifices, there are positioning, there's clarity, there's a lot of processes it takes for you to start working from home. So I think as conversation goes, we'll be able to talk about these processes and how to get there.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. Okay, so on skills that open doors, I have a question for you, Mobolaji. I'm sure that there are some people here who are wondering whether to keep applying for jobs or spend time learning new skills. How should they think about that decision?
All right. So I like to tackle that question from this route, right? And I don't want people to go through the either or route. Okay. So, for example, if you say that you want to stop applying for a job and you want to just you want to just keep learning a skill, or you want to learn a skill first before you start applying to a job at all, you can actually miss opportunities that you currently qualify for. Okay, because at the end of the day, when you start to get jobs, you will even see that sometimes, okay, what you learned, the skill you learned, might not be the actual job role. I mean, we heard Dr. Kika say that. I mean, literally, I mean, see the route he went from his school to, HR, PhD, and now he's in data analytics, data engineering. Sometimes what you really learn is not the job that is the first one to come to you. Are you going to say because I studied computer science or because I upskilled into project management or data analytics, and now I got a role as an HR personnel, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to actually go for that role. You're going to be shortchanging yourself. At the end of the day, it's about making a livelihood, making an income for yourself. So I like to tell people that it's not about, you don't want to absolutely say, okay, I want to, stop applying for jobs and I want to just focus on upskilling first of all. Okay. And also on the other hand, you don't want to say that, I want to, just keep applying for jobs. I don't want to face the upskilling side of things. Okay. If you follow that route, you might literally end up in the same spot for, say, 6 months. You're still in the same role. 1 year, you're still on the same spot. You're not moving, front. Now, I like to just take that balanced approach. You want to find a way to balance it out. You want to keep applying for roles and you want to keep learning the skill at the same time. So how about, in your week, you can actually make out time. Okay. Set out times, come up with a calendar, a to-do list, prioritize your time. I want to apply for a certain number of roles, jobs, and then while, the other time, during the week, you are actually still upskilling and learning. Okay. But the most important thing, is you want to learn a skill that recruiters are actually looking for. You want to learn a high demand skill. You want to learn a skill that can solve a problem for a recruiter and employer. So I think that balance is where we need to be able to place ourselves. I think once we can find that balance, we're good to go.
Thank you, Bolaji. There is one more question. Um, in today's age, there are thousands of online courses. How do people decide which skills employers actually value?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say that the question that you want to be asking is not exactly what skill should I learn? You want to be asking, you know, what problem is my employer looking to solve? It really doesn't get, clearer than that. Because the thing is this, the job market is going to reward you if you are a problem solver. If I'm an employer, okay, and you can solve my problem, I'm going to want you on my team. There is literally no too much gainsay. I'm going to want you on my team. So you want to be able to find out what problem employers are looking to solve. Okay. Now, for example, if you are someone in a particular niche, okay, let's say the data space, all right, and you can probably how you can go about this is you can probably go ahead to look, to all those major job boards out there. So go to LinkedIn, go to Indeed. Matter of fact, log into Blumefy job portal. That's what you need to do. Okay. Now, because it's really easier that way. Blumefy's job portal just as it's just. I feel like if I had Blumefy job portal when I was actually doing all of my rigorous application, life was just going to be way easier for me. So log in, look for a couple of roles that you're looking to, get into. You can look at 10 different roles, 15, right? Then look for a common skill set to all of those roles. For example, people might be looking to get into a role in data analytics. You might see, Excel, SQL, Power BI. These are skill sets that are common to different roles. You might be looking to get into a role in AI engineering. You might see skill set like LandGraph, NA10, Microsoft Copilot, Python. Once you figure out these skills, all right. Apologies. All right. So, like I was saying, if you're looking to get into a job in like let's say AI engineering, okay, you want to look at the skill sets that different job openings that is literally, common to a couple of these job openings. Once you can find a common skill set, that is your cue that the market is telling you that this is the skill that they are looking to recruit for. So it's that commonality. Okay. So if you have a particular job opening, you have 2, 3, 4 telling you that there's a particular skill set that they're looking for. And that's the niche that you are in. That is the direction that you want to go. So that is pretty much how you can literally be able to narrow down your search for which skill should I learn, what course should I do, to what exactly recruiters and employers are looking to gain. Because again, right, the skill sets that actually probably make you very employable 2, 3 years ago might not be what is literally in demand in today's world. So you don't want to literally just go ahead and say that, okay, this was what did for this person. Okay, you need current data to get, to make the right decision, to get the right information. Okay, so check out current job platforms, LinkedIn, open your Blumefy job portal, log in, look for jobs, openings, and find a common skill set. And then that's just your cue that the market is telling you that this is the skill that we're looking to reward at this particular point in time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mobolaji. That was very insightful. Thank you for really pointing it out there that one needs to look through job descriptions and see the skills that are actually important so that we don't just go on to go and purchase courses just because they look fancy or flashy or look like what is in the market these days. Okay, so this question is for you and Faith. As much as technical skills are important, what are the personal qualities that helped you earn trust with your international employers or clients? Faith, I would like you to go first, then Mobolaji next.
Okay. So apart from technical skills, when it comes to working with international clients, and for me, I work with every other person the same way, because at the end of the day, your local clients can actually refer you to somebody international. But one thing that have helped me like stand out, or like helped me earn trust with them, is integrity, transparency. When you're very transparent about what you're doing, when I take something, I don't used to like try to the standard doesn't shift. They get the best, they are available, I'm available like at the time that they said I should be available. When something isn't going as planned, I always communicate. I don't leave them in the dark. I make sure that every single thing that we are doing is actually right. And I would say one of the major things that helps me is emotional intelligence. It is that knowing when to push, when to hold back, because I feel like there are different cultures, people are different in certain ways. So somebody that is Nigerian can really understand you that, okay, this is the problem, so no problem. But somebody from another country might not understand in a certain way that, okay, this is actually what is going on, or this is not what is going on. So emotional intelligence is very, very important, and it should be applied professionally. Not like you apply emotional intelligence without being professional. But I feel like when a client needs solution, make sure that they are what they actually need is what you're giving. And you need to they need to be heard first. Most of the times we don't listen, we don't communicate. Very many people don't know how to communicate. That's the problem. So communication is like one of the skills that they love so much. And sometimes they try to not be so professional, and then we are all professional, we are all strict. So knowing when to balance being professional and knowing when to communicate, like, as we are human beings at the end of the day, we are human beings as much as they are. So if you try to like be all professional because they are international clients, they might feel like you are just playing it, like you are performing instead of you just doing your work. So make sure that you don't miss the human in them. Be transparent. Anything you're doing, don't be mediocre. I feel like many people, most people that are used to they used to see Nigerians are lazy sometimes, because when they go and work for somebody, they are so lazy, they are just doing anything they want. You don't know that whatever you do, there's sometimes that some companies today that are employing Nigerians, employing other countries, is because just one person from that country worked with them and they're like, oh, this is actually very nice. And then they start employing people from other place. So any international client I work for, I make sure that as I'm working for you, I'm opening the doors to other Nigerians that are coming at my back. Very transparent. I don't do mediocre work, and I use emotional intelligence to work with them. Very important. Communicate properly. These are certain things that if you work with them with this, you will just work with them very easy. You will not have any problem with them. You think that they are difficult, but they are not. So if you can communicate properly, have emotional intelligence, be very transparent in what you're doing and your communication with them, and don't deliver mediocre. Many people like perfection. They love something that is very accurate. They don't really like people that are mediocre. So this is what I've been using to actually work for them.
Interesting. That's a lot. I hope the audience is taking notes. Mobolaji, would like to hear from you.
All right. So that was, I mean, I think she literally said everything. She literally said everything. Uh People always assume that, technical skills are what, international recruiters are looking for the most. Now, why that is true, it is partially true. Okay. Technical skills might actually get you in through the door. Okay. Soft skills, right? Or we call them employability skills. These are the ones that keep you inside the room. Okay, so what are some of these, soft skills that have actually helped me over the years? Number one is reliability. You want to be someone who is reliable. Okay, you say you're going to turn in a particular project, let's say by Friday, you want to turn it in by Friday, and if you can't, you want to communicate that, earlier so they know. All right. The second thing is communication. Just like Faith was saying, I mean, you cannot overstress communication. And communication is not really about you being fluent in English. It's pretty much about you being you know you been asking good questions. You want to be able to ask good questions. You want to be able to clarify expectations. All right. This affected me in one of my previous roles. And honestly, I had to learn the hard way. I'm not even going to lie. I got a job from a company in the US, right? It's a veterinary company. They were going to pay me, over like $1,000 per month. It was like Power BI role, something very very simple, just turning Power BI reports for them and all of that stuff, right? But my supervisor was pretty much not always around. Okay, and it's a power job, and me as a Nigerian, I want to know my money. Okay, so it's not always around. So and it's there is a timer, okay, that literally we are gonna have to like that, the HR personnel tracks. So I just keep working on the background things that I need to work in on. Sometimes it delays giving the documents that I need. Okay. So at a particular point in time when it was the end of the month and they had to do some collations, right? And then some of like the management were like, okay, uh, your supervisor wasn't around for a particular period of time. How were you still working during that period of time? Because they saw that I was actually, punching in hours, right? And so I came up with something, but obviously they were not so impressed. I didn't get my full pay, and all of that affected me at the job. But I could have really just, communicated this to the management. I could have been very clear that okay, my supervisor is really not around. I need to keep working. What should I do? But I assumed that okay, you know what? I mean, I don't want anyone to mess with my time. I need my full money. When I convert it to naira, I know how much that is. And all of that, So communication is always very, very important. And then finally, you want to be someone that has a growth mindset. Okay, so employers always like people that can take ownership and I can literally solve, problems on the go. Okay, people that because again, technology keeps improving, so they want someone who is, at that cutting edge pace. Okay, so I feel like if you have all of this, with your technical skills, then you are actually good to go, for international roles.
Thank you for that, Mobolaji. So basically, in essence, all of what you've said in terms of personal skills, we need to be transparent, we need to know how to communicate, excellence, emotional intelligence, having the growth mindset, and having that mindset of ownership. That is what is important. Okay, so moving on to finding opportunities. I have two questions for you, Faith. One of the biggest questions people ask is where are people actually finding these jobs? Without necessarily naming what one platform, what changed in the way you searched for opportunities and how did you present yourself to stand out?
Okay. So actually, I would say that there is no particular place where this opportunity is. There's if it's platforms, there are plenty platforms, and I will not say, oh, go to this particular place, you see jobs there. Go to this particular place, you see jobs there, because you can get jobs from anywhere. You can get jobs from networking. You can get jobs from referrals. You can get jobs from these platforms. You can get jobs from just showing up online. You optimize your LinkedIn profile, post daily, connect with people, post about your work, post how you work, and people might reach out to you. But will I say focus on this particular part? No, because there are different ways to get these jobs. And what's changed for me in the way that I searched for opportunities, that I did not just, I stopped like before. At some point I was in different job groups. Once they post job, I'll be applying. There's like any job group at this point, I don't want to hear or see job group, I'm there. So I stopped looking out for job groups and trying to like go everywhere. What I just did is I stopped applying randomly. I started being intentional about what I'm doing. So what I do is, instead of wasting my energy on any job I just see, I will apply, because some jobs are not like accurate, they are not real. So what I do is I first of all check red flags on these job portals, check the particular ones that I feel like the jobs are actually accurate, check if they are repetition, when was this job posted, how long are they looking at to employ the person, check the company, if the company that they are putting there, because some jobs doesn't even come with the name of the company, right? So sometimes the jobs that come with company, I check if the company they're putting there is actually accurate, does this company exist? And then the important part was I actually got clear on what I was bringing to the table and what I was willing to settle for. So instead of you that is just applying to anything that is looking like a job, you get clarity first. And when you get clarity, a platform will not really want to bring you to opportunities. I actually showed up online. I came on LinkedIn, because just like I think someone said that if it's Bolaji, I can't remember who said it exactly, but if you show up online, people usually check. If you come on LinkedIn now, you can see me that I'm a customer success manager, I'm a community manager, my work is there, some of my testimonies are there, things I do, how I think, how I relate to people I've worked with, they are there. There's a limit to what CV can take. In fact, even some job portals that don't even have CV at all, there's a place for portfolio, a place for about you, just about yourself. Sometimes there's limits. They will just give you like 700 characters and all of that. Your LinkedIn profile, your profile that you add there is what they check. You see them, they will go and check your profile. You'll be surprised that sometimes that I will get a job and then they're like, I saw your work. Okay, yes, let me just tell this particular story. So there was a particular job, I think I posted about it, the particular job I wanted to apply for. And then I just sent my CV. That day I think the day I saw that job, I was just in a bit of a hurry. And then I just applied for it. And when I applied for it, initially, I was thinking that they should have called me like the next day. People should call me, because this is something that I was very, very confident in. And then when I think I got a message about like 3 days later, I saw an email and they were like, oh, we're sorry to move on. And I'm like, move on, okay? Like, are you serious? So I had to reply to her and was like, what do you think is the problem? Because I've been in the remote space for long. So I feel like follow-up is something that I do once in a while when I feel like this job is actually something that I should be able to do very, very well. So I reached out to her and was like, I reached out to her, sent her a message and told the recruiter that please, I would like to know what made me to not be selected so that I can learn from it. So when I did that, and she sent me a message and she was like, the age that they are looking for did not really match the age I look like, because I think from my CV you will see that maybe when you check my university leaving, you will just try to calculate the age. And I was like, oh wow, so age is now a factor. So what I did was, I knew that irrespective of the age, I have results. I've worked with people in that particular field with over different ages, different country. So when it comes to behavior, I'm a customer success manager. When it comes to people behavior, irrespective of the age, I have results. I have worked with I have managed communities where there are over 1,000 people. And I'm like, is this lady kidding me? So what I did was, I did not talk too much. I just said, okay, I understand the age factor, but I don't think you know me enough. So I sent her my LinkedIn profile, and she was like, "Oh wow, I did not see the LinkedIn profile on the CV," and that was how I got the job, because I don't have to explain. I don't want to explain, because okay, how do I want to start explaining? She's not going to be on a call with me anymore. And in the interview, she did not even ask me that. Do you have you worked with these people of these ages? And I know interview and questions that they ask you is what you're going to answer. And if you talk too much, to be as if you're over promising, but then I do not just want to over promise them or do anything like that. So maybe I sent her my LinkedIn profile. She texted me on LinkedIn. I was like, oh, can we have a call? And I was like, okay, no problem. And then she was like, she didn't know that this is actually who I am, and this is people that I have worked with and everything like that. So when I started showing up online, it actually gave me like an edge over like plenty people, over hundreds of people. So I would say show up online, and don't just show up and come and be posting that you did, just come and be posting what you did. Post your testimonies, post how you think, how you work, because most of these people don't just want to see I can do this, I can do that. Have you done these things? How do you do them? So I feel like when I came online, it made me stand out of all of these things. And for every platform that I every job portal, or let me say every job platform that I come in, I make sure I have my LinkedIn profile there, so that if the platform doesn't give enough chance for you to know me enough, you can check my LinkedIn profile and then you can know me better. So show up online. No, don't exhaust your energy running from one job to another. Make sure that anybody that come across you, they should be able to see that this person is bringing a lot to us. So be very clear on what you're bringing to the table. Show them that I am coming to help you change your present situation to this. Don't just come and start listing, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. So irrespective of the platform, be clear, make sure that you show up online. That is because now visibility is like the deal. Visibility is the deal. So anywhere you're showing up, show up online, show up with results, show up with your thinking, show up with what you can do, and also apply to all these jobs. I'm not even say, oh, don't apply to jobs. You can get inbound leads, but also apply to platforms, because it is obvious that these people need somebody. They have a problem and they need you. So what will make you different from those people is if you already have a presence that stand out. So I feel like that's just it.
Thank you so much, Faith. That pretty sums up everything in terms of the job search. It's not only going after jobs, you also have to position yourself to be visible. And as it is, LinkedIn is your portfolio. So you don't only have to show or tell what you do, you have to show evidence here and there and be active. Thank you so much, Faith. Moving on to Blumefy's perspective, Dr. Kika, are you here? Okay, I don't think Dr. Kika is here. All right then. Just one more question for you, Faith. Remote jobs often receive thousands of applications. How do you avoid becoming just another applicant?
Okay. So it's almost similar to what I have said before, but I feel like you should give them reason to make them pause. Give them a reason that before you apply, make sure that anybody that comes across the application pause and know that, okay, yes, this person is actually the real deal. So my answer is stop trying to look like the job description. I feel like that's what most of us used to do. Once we see a job, we try to fit into that particular description instead of communicating like, what are we bringing? What happens when we are in the room? So if somebody is saying that, oh, I'm looking to employ, I'm looking for somebody that would attend to my customers very well. You're coming to tell them that, oh, I attend to people very well, instead of telling them that when I come there, your customers will bring more customers. Do you understand? So it's more like, instead of you just coming to focus yourself on that particular description, show them what changed when you will be in the room. So by that time now, the problems will now disappear and the solution will now come. So what makes your version of this work different from the next person who also have the same title? So be specific in what you're changing and not necessarily what the job title says. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you for that insightful answer. Dr. Kika, are you here, please?
Yes, I am. Hello. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, so I have some questions looking in from Blumefy's perspective. From Blumefy's experience working with job seekers, what should people understand about visa-sponsored opportunities?
Okay, I think first I'll say thanks to the speaker so far. Been very insightful. Maybe I'm learning from here, so thank you guys. From Bloomfie's perspective, I think we have created a platform where we can leverage some of these sponsored jobs. So we have a dedicated team scraping sponsored jobs across the globe, specifically leveraging human effort as well as AI to be able to identify those kind of jobs that would either sponsor you or you can work remotely. So it's a very simple, I'm sure we'll get to it or talk about the app and how it works, but we've as a team have been pulling together all this and we're constantly working on it because I'm sure, as we've heard, most of the jobs are not there forever. They just go in and go out. So it takes a lot of work to get that in there. So, but we have decided to take that burden off you so that you don't have to search and look for and figure out which one can sponsor and cannot sponsor, but just by selecting a quick drop down, it already navigates you to what you're looking for and you can easily just identify those skills, those sponsored jobs. I hope that answers the question. Promise?
Yes, it does. And I have one more question. So across remote work, visa-sponsored employment, and migration pathways, what patterns do you see among candidates who are successful?
So I think what was mentioned earlier in the conversation is sometimes numbers is good, so applying to multiple, but being intentional, I think is key, where you're taking your time and properly applying to those jobs, making sure that your CV is exactly what needs to be on there. Don't just put anything at any time. Don't chunk your CV into any application just because you can't be bothered. So what I've seen so far is that detail, a strong CV, and always ready to discuss and deal with those interviews when they come in. Yeah, so those are people that are successful. Right. Intentional applications, yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you, Dr. Kika. We are moving down to the Q&A section. I know that we have gone past our time, but please bear with us. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat, or if you don't mind, you can just signify by a raise of hands and then you'll be allowed to speak. Okay, so there is someone in the comments that said her question. Okay, she said she has been in the system for over 4 years now with a company that pays per sale. So recently she thought to herself that she deserves more, but she has been unable to get a new job. What should she do? Because it is getting frustrating. This question is open to any of the speakers.
All right, so I could probably comment. All right, so the person that asked the question, right? I'm going to ask you a very quick follow-up question. So, first of all, what other skill sets do you have? I need to know, what other things can you do apart from sales? Because you currently work in the sales role. You're getting paid by sales. I understand how frustrating that can be, okay, because your salary is only commensurate to how much you sell. There are other folks that just in code. They just sit at their table in their home, and they don't really care about what really and it's true. But for people in roles that are a bit more technical, they don't really care about what you know say what leads, what income that the company brings, as long as they can deliver their own role, as long as the app is working, they're doing the reports, they don't care if the company is making profit. They are going to get paid their regular amount of salary promised them in the contract. So, but the question to you is this, right? What other skill sets do you have? That's where we're going to start to be able to, decipher all of this from. If you can give me that answer, I can quickly walk you through one or two steps that you can actually, do to navigate that path. Can I get an answer real quick, or I can just give you like a generalized sort of
Okay, I'm
approach?
here. I'm here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Mobolaji. I really appreciate that. Okay, over the years, I have enough communication skills because I'm not wholly in sales department. A lot of jobs like roles was added to it, like customer service, like a telesales job like that. You have to answer customers, you have to support, and you just have to make a sales. You know that kind of yes. So I've developed strong communication skills. I can communicate well. I listen. I show empathy. I solve complex situations
Mhm.
even efficiently. But my point is, it's just seems I'm stagnant, sort of. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, because I'm not moving forward. In fact, at some point, I had to stop the job
Okay.
because it wasn't giving me that, for a week, you might not get the sales. Actually, it's a remote job and they pay in dollars.
Mhm.
Do you understand? But I'm not getting it. It's not giving me that. So I believe once I apply, since I have the experience, I've gotten the skills, I should be able to get another job at the tap of my fingers. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's not showing forth. It's not coming up.
Well, so there are actually two ways to go about this. First of all, let me start with the fact that on your current skill set, where you're really good at communications, right, and you have empathy with your customers, you're a good listener, that actually puts you in a space where you know in your that actually still leaves you in your current niche where you have to do a lot of customer service, sales role. Okay, and again, your income in this current niche is really determined by how much sales that you are able to bring in, all right, how much customer service, success that you're able to deliver, all right.
Okay.
And even though you are really good at this space, right, you might want to look into a bit of how you are applying, where you are applying to, communities. Might want to leverage communities, right? You might want to get really visible on your online platform. You really like Promise was saying earlier, you want to really start posting so much. And you just want to, because you want someone to really get to your page and then they see, they know you for what you're doing just immediately. Okay. But the other thing is where you say something about the fact that, the sales issue, which because all of this is still going to lead you back into a sales role. Now, if you are tired of, that particular niche where you don't want your salary to be dependent on the amount of sales that you are able to rack in, you might want to look into start learning a different skill set. You might want to start to diversify. There are other roles, okay, that doesn't necessarily afford you to bring in some level of income to that company to get your pay. Okay, the other technical roles, okay, even though you don't want to get predominantly very technical to like software development, data analytics, data engineering, there are roles like project management, agile, scrum. These are roles that can still leverage your communication skills, their customer first role. Okay, so they help to leverage your communication skill, your empathy, and your your teamwork. Okay, so you might want to look into probably picking up a skill set in those niches. Okay, they are not necessarily sales dependent when it comes to the income. Okay, or you can literally just want to pick more, increasingly technical skills that don't even the company like nothing really concerns you with sales, whether the company is selling or not. You're going to get paid your original amount of money in the contract. Okay, so that those two approaches, probably when I wanted to let you know that could be a solution to what you're currently facing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mobolaji. And thank you, Omolola. I hope you were able to get a bit of clarity on that, and we look forward to you progressing after this. There is one question from the audience for you, Dr. Kika. Someone asked how to land visa-sponsored jobs. How do people land visa-sponsored jobs?
I don't think there's an easy way to land visa-sponsored jobs, but I would make reference to Blumefy, and that's what we help you do to land those jobs, because still we identify the kind of roles that we expect should sponsor you. So a lot of research goes into that. We'll talk you through pathways, and it's because not every role can be sponsored. So that's when we can have a conversation with you, advising you on what steps to take and what you need to do to achieve it. But predominantly, that's where Blumefy comes in, and that's what we pride ourselves in doing. Apologies, it was a very short response, but yeah, hope it helps.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kika. Someone has their hand up. Mark, are you ready to speak now?
Yeah, I am. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the sessions. So really great. I think my question is just going to re-echo what Doctor already clarified or said. I just wanted to find out like the target countries that Blumefy, get the sponsorship jobs for, because I know that some countries is not just the job that is the problem, it's also the visa arrangement, the appointment system in Nigeria, like from Nigeria, is also a problem. So I just wanted to have an idea of like the target nations that you guys, have a stronger alliance with or stronger connection to.
All right, thank you, Mark. Dr. Kika, can you answer that?
Yeah, sorry, I just tried to get off mute. At the moment, a lot of the jobs we're getting are predominantly in Europe. So the UK, some in Germany, and a few other places around Netherlands and the rest. Like you rightly said, some other countries don't allow for that much sponsorship. For instance, America, they're a lot more. It's a bit of a different system that exists. So there we target more contract jobs as opposed to sponsored jobs. But to answer your question, Europe is what we do.
All right, thank you. So one more question for the Mobolaji. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but so I've heard that you guys spoke a lot about being visible on LinkedIn, online, and stuff. And I think this is something I've done for myself. Each time because I do these tests periodically, I change my location, all right, and I get inbound leads. And when they come in, I tell them, okay, this is where I am, and I'm ghosted. All right. The moment I mentioned that I'm actually in Nigeria, not the target place that I switched my location to. So my question is, how do we put out content that attracts people to where we are based in like where we are from Nigeria, because when I change it back to Nigeria, I don't get those leads. All right. But the moment I do, if I change my location today to somewhere in Europe, by tomorrow evening, I will have like 2 recruiters that send me a message inquiring about my skill and stuff. So how do we position ourselves and the kind of content we should be putting out to for us to attract those people and for them to look beyond where we are based? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, fantastic one, right? That makes sense. I think there are two ways to go about this. First of all, is you want to understand that these companies, right, although a particular job opening might come labeled as a remote role, okay, they still have restrictions. They might just want people in their country, but working remotely. So that is where the confusion comes in, where they reach out to you. They see that although it might be a remote role, but you're not in a country, all right. And there's some jobs that literally have some restriction. Now there are jobs that are labeled worldwide remote. Now those ones are ones that actually it's a you can go ahead and actually apply to. And if you keep changing your location, that might not actually be very very good for you, and it might even lead to LinkedIn sort of starting to query you, might lead to a little bit of banning, right? You just want to stay in your current location. Don't change your location. But what you want to do is you want to churn out, projects. You want to turn out your work, your portfolio that is actually world class standard. Okay, there are recruiters. I mean, I've had a recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn, all right, from Meta, all right, that's the Facebook parent company, all right, and they were offering me a job for a data analyst role, worth $80 per hour. That's a lot of money. Now, what happens is sometimes these foreign countries they are looking for people that will, although they are, foreign companies, okay, but they need people that have understanding of the local scenery, the local environment, okay. So because obviously there are Microsoft, there is a Microsoft company here in Lagos, right? Okay, Microsoft is not a Nigerian based company, okay, but again, all right, they have that presence where they need people, they need developers, they need professionals that understand a particular region. So they reach out to folks from time to time. All right, even though these countries are not literally in your local environment. Okay, so you need to be ready for that move when it comes. That's what you want to do. You don't want to post as if you are in that country. You want to be ready for that move when it comes. And as long as you keep the right things, keep posted, you are going to also get all those recruiters reach out to you. They're going to let you know that okay, this is a remote role. They are not in, they know that you're in Nigeria. They're going to pay you in USD, and they still want to go ahead with you. Another thing you can do, the second route is there are ways that you can actually now start looking for jobs. For example, Blumefy is just like literally number one. Now you are literally now targeting. You have more clarity to target roles that are offering remote opportunities that are worldwide. You're going to see them clearly. Okay, so remote opportunities that are worldwide, remote opportunities that are visa sponsored. Okay, so Bloomfy really helps you to really narrow all of these things down. Okay, job boards like LinkedIn and Indeed, they might be a little bit like generic with all of these things. So these are the two approaches that you can literally use to be able to sort yourself out, if that makes sense to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, then. Is there any more question? We can only take one question for now. Is there anyone else?
Okay, sorry. Let me add a little to what Mobolaji have said concerning MOF. The thing is, when it comes to international clients, I talked about transparency earlier. If you put that you're in US and they text you and you're not in US, you're in Nigeria. Nigeria already have like a very bad reputation around the world. So imagine somebody saw your location at US and then they text you and you're like Nigeria. The first thing they'll be like, Nigeria. And you are putting US, they will first of all be afraid that what is the odds that this person is serious? So I will say never change your location to a different country if you know that you want to actually use it to get jobs, because those people can just like look at you, and it might even tarnish your image when you're actually doing something else. And that's now say build relationships. That is one of like the major things that helped me to work with people outside the country, because comment on their posts when you see their posts, all of those things. Reach out to them. Like, you must not reach out to them that, oh, I want job and all of that. Build a relationship with them. Go to their posts, comment on their posts, like their posts, share your own idea. You understand? If somebody that is because when you post on LinkedIn, when somebody comes to your profile on LinkedIn, the person can see your comments. So if your comments are, some people usually check through comments and they will see what you've been commenting all this while. And then people, other countries, let me just say I'm in US and then I make a post. If you as a Nigeria come and comment under my post, something that is meaningful, my main audience as the person in US I would have US people following me, US people connected to me, and they will be the one to see that post. So let's say about 200 people see that particular post and they see your comments under that post. You see that they want to connect with you. Me, I feel like some of them even like being like they like connecting to Nigerians. Some of them love to work with Nigerians. So if they see that what you're commenting, what you're doing is actually in line with what they want to do, irrespective of where you are from, you would see that they would still reach out to you regardless. Once in a while, try to search for people in different countries, look out for what they are doing, connect with them, send connections, communicate with them in their DMs if necessary, and also comment on their posts. You see that once in a while, sometimes I feel like once in a while, you see people that are white people, they are trying to send you a connection request. Sometimes in a day, I don't even get any Nigeria connection requests, because sometimes I come online during the afternoon time, and then you see all of them, and then you will be able to communicate with them like normally. I feel like LinkedIn is a place where you will not really see that discrimination when it comes to country. As much as you are showing up where they are, they will likely interact with you on a different level and not look at you in the eye of Nigeria. So just show up as you are, do connect with them, comment on their posts, reach out to them, and then reach out all these job sites that you search for job, and then Blumefy, you will see that they already have it written there that this job is just like Mobolaji have said, some job already come with the location. You will see them, they will say, and guess what? There's a particular job that came with location, and I still applied for it, and I got it. They said that the job is supposed to be for, I think that job was on Upwork. No, I can't really remember where I saw that job, but the job clearly stated that they need somebody in a different location. And I still applied for that job. And I specified that, yes, I saw that you need somebody in that location, but I can change this particular situation for you to something else. This is what I have done, and this is what I will do for you. And they sent me a message, and I told them that working remotely, and not particular in that country, does not make me would not make me not deliver what I am doing. So I only told, when I got on the call with him, I only told them that they can have somebody that will be there, which is fine, but I can work remotely and coordinate the activities that go on in that particular place. And because of how I have shown that I can do it, they will trust you. So sometimes ignore that you're from Nigeria and shoot your shots. So as you're checking Blumefy and you see that some jobs are not actually Nigeria jobs, or maybe they just say remote, but remote, and then they put that they're in a particular country, you can actually apply. Some jobs, they don't even, as like many people that I've seen travel, some of them that they take them to, that they told them to, they give them the visa sponsorship and all of that. They have worked for the company for a while. Then the company is not like, oh, we really need you in this particular place, not where you are anymore. And then they move the person. So sometimes ignore that you're from Nigeria and shoot your shots.
Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you. So let's quickly move on to the next session. As part of the event, we are going to do a job demo of our app. We have noticed that one of the biggest themes that came out from today's session is the fact that finding opportunities is not even the problem. The finding the right opportunities and how to apply strategically is the main issue here. And we have heard about positioning yourself, building the right skills, understanding today's employers for what they are looking for. But then what happens when you are actually ready to apply? As a job seeker, you may have spent hours searching for a job, and when you look at those job boards here and there, some of them have been expired job listings, some of them are scams. There are opportunities that don't exactly match your experience or roles, and some of them are just not even open to the international applicants. So we wanted to solve for that. That was why we built the job portal. And some of you may be familiar with the job portal, while others may just be hearing about it for the first time. But I will tell you this, that the job portal is more than just a job board. It is designed to help you discover opportunities that align with your profile, your career preferences and goals, thereby making your job search more intentional and significantly less time consuming. So instead of telling you about it, we are going to show it to you. Please join me in welcoming our product manager, Shemilore. He's the one that is going to walk us through what the job portal is and how it works. Shemilore, are you here for us?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Please give me a moment. Please let me just quickly get this set up before I share my screen.
That's all right. You can wait. Okay, so while he gets to set up, let me just quickly engage you in a conversation. So far, so good. What has stood out for you through the course of our conversations? If you are able to speak, you have the floor to speak, or if you want to write in the comments, we'd like to hear your feedback on what stood out for you during the course of this session. Well, one of the things that stood out for me during the course of this session is the fact that visibility is one of the important things that we have to build for ourselves. Gone are the days where you just show your CV and then you would be granted an interview and all of that. But now it is very, very important. Your social media is one of the things that people use to dissect and see that you are truly a good fit for the job. And LinkedIn these days is even the most recent portfolio. So yes, I got to understand that you can only just be posting, showing up on LinkedIn, and that is one of the things that will speak for you. You don't even have to drop your CV before you can truly show your expertise. So Shemilore is here now.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope we've had a swell time. I know it sounds funny to be asking if you had a swell time. Yes, you can have a swell time learning. And I know we are all trying to position ourselves to get the best out of our career. And one of the ways to get the best out of the career of choice or our career of choice is to get jobs, right? And that is why Blumefy has created this solution amidst other things that we do. Yes, Blumefy is a digital migration company, and we help people to move from one place to another to settle in their dream country. But one other thing one other solution that we're trying to solve is the job issue. because we notice that that is one issues that that is one issue rather that we all have, and hence the solution, hence the job portal. A lot of people have explained how to get job, what to do. So I'll not come and bore you with all those stuffs again. I won't tell you how to get jobs, but I will show you how to use the Blumefy job portal, because I think that is what is important to me and to you. Yes, you now know how to position yourself, you know the right things to do, but then how do you use the Blumefy job portal to get the jobs or to position yourself to get those opportunities? While I asked for time, I created an account so that I don't bother with account creation process. But you can basically, if you are creating a new account, you can sign up or you can log in if you already have an account. I'll be logging in because I already created just a new account at the moment. So I would do that. So just use your email and password, and don't worry. Yeah. So, and here we have, this is the Blumefy landing page. Once you log into the app, this is where you will be landing at. But our focus is on job portal, right? So we'll not be talking about anything migration for now. So I will just cancel this out. I hope we can see my screen. Let me ask before I move forward.
We can see it.
All right, solid stuff. All right, so you would see there are two ways to access the job portal. You can access it through the banners that we've created or through the navbar menu, but I will be using the banner. So you just click on job portal, and this is your first entrance into the job portal. It's a welcome screen where we welcome you to the job portal because we're happy to have you here. Basically, you click on start applying, and the first thing you need to do is to upload your CV. I think I would say this, and I believe that our speakers have talked about it. Please position yourself well, and one of the ways you position yourself well is with the CV that you upload. Don't just upload a random prepared CV, because that's one of the things that the recruiters are going to be looking at. And I know that our speakers have said a whole lot about it, so I will not be going back that route. So I have my own prepared CV already. You can see it has my name, so I'll just select on it, upload my CV. Once I do that, click on next, it loads, and once it loads, we go to the next step. What is the next step? The next step is to select your current location. This is one very vital thing, to select where you are located at the moment. I think our last speaker talked about transparency. This is also very important. Please be transparent about where you are. Don't say you are somewhere when you are not there, because transparency is one of the things that you have to position. So you have to put out there, or that you have to show to whoever is trying to recruit you. So hi, I'm in Nigeria at the moment, so I'll be selecting Nigeria. We allow you to select 5 locations or 5 countries of choice where you want to see jobs from. So I think that is one thing that we love. A lot of us know where we want to get certain things from. We believe that we are people with choices, so we have given us that opportunity to select what we want. So I'll be selecting from my quick option. There are 2 ways to select. You can use the drop down, or you can select from the quick options that we added. So I would show us using the quick option and then also the drop down. So the drop down first, select Canada, select UK, select US, click on that, and then you can see that it has marked that I've selected those places. I want to add 2 more. Why? Because I have the option to choose 5. So definitely I would make use of everything. So I have my 5 countries selected. Go to next. I'll be selecting the kind of jobs that I want to see. So remote and hybrid, full-time, contract, visa sponsored, part-time, and what kind of level of jobs are you looking for? Say entry level, senior level, and submit. So all of these, your preference would in turn help our system to recommend jobs to you. We'll be using all of these things to recommend you jobs, recommend you opportunities that align with the things that you have selected along with your CV. So once it loads, you would see the option to choose your sorry, let me pull that down. Choose your job search path. The reason why it looks like there's supposed to be an option, I would tease us that there's something coming soon. In fact, coming very, very soon. So this is just a teaser that there is something else coming in relations to the job portal. Just watch the space, watch our social media channels when we make announcement of that. It's something that I think every job seeker or everyone looking for opportunities would love. So, but let's focus on why we have come to the battle, right? I'll start my job search. It loads, or it's going to load, it's pulling up the job. One thing that it gets is once the job portal screen loads, it gives you the tooltips that teaches you how to use the platform. You see, I can edit my preferences there. So the next thing is it shows me how to use it. It says swipe through available roles, swipe to the right or to the left. Please, it's very important that while we are trying to look for opportunities, let's try to also read through certain instructions. They won't take us so much time, so let's just not cancel it. Let's actually read what is there. So, and that is it. What did he say we should do? Basically, it's telling us that we can swipe to the left or to the right to apply for the job. And another thing is we can use the quick option buttons. This is the X and the briefcase to apply. X to reject or to say you don't want the job, and the briefcase to apply for it. So we talked about this. I can edit my preferences here. You see, it shows me why I'm there. Click to clear all, but I don't want to reset my preference, so I'm not going to do that. But one thing that I want to do is I want to include more job titles. So let me update my job titles basically, because I want plenty jobs basically. So let's add more. So yeah, I'll just go with those ones, and you can see you can update your location, your remote options, your job type, and your job level. You can update all of those. I'll save that, and once it saves, I'm brought back to my screen. For everyone that creates a account with us, they get credits. You get 10 free credits. There's a particular amount of credit attached to each job, so it's important that you also note that for visa sponsored roles, there are 5 credits. For remote roles, there are 3 credits. So it's important to note that why I know. So you might have the question, why the variation? Well, because visa sponsored roles there are a lot more efforts that you need to put into that kind of application rather than the remote role. So hence why. There are certain things you can do on this screen. You can tap on the details to see more about the job, which is very important. I believe that our speakers have spoken about us going through the details of the job before we actually apply for it. So we can see this job now. It says it's a senior business development manager for UK-based people, and United Kingdom. It's a full-time role. It's remote, senior level. The salary was not specified. I clicked on it so that I can read through the details of it, see if it aligns with what I'm looking for. That's one, or if I want to apply for it, basically. So that is one thing. So I would be canceling that. So just to show us again, I tapped on it to read more details about it. So, and then there's a cancel button on the top left corner. On the top right corner, it shows the amount of credits. Below it, you see pass and apply. Pass to pass the job, apply to apply for the job, basically. So let me just pass this to show us how to pass. You see, I can pass from that place immediately. Right on here, I would also swipe to the left. You see, swiping to the left does what? It passes the job. It says, or it tells our own system that I'm not interested in this job. I don't want to apply for it. So if I pass that, it goes. And yeah, I see you superhuman. I'm like, oh yes, I'm interested in this job. I've read the details. I'm cool with it. I can go back and do what? Swipe to the right, and it applies for it. At every point you apply for a role, it takes your credit, or your credit gets deducted. So let's keep going. I'll apply for more jobs. So apply, and you can see that I've applied for 2 jobs, and my credit has gotten exhausted. So what do you do when your credit gets exhausted? You buy more, right? So it's easy to buy. You just basically have to click on buy, continue to confirm payments, and voila, it's that simple. And you can see that even while it's loading, it's telling me, or we are receiving a notification that you actually did swipe for certain jobs. We're telling you what you did, and we're telling you that we are working on it. Our system is working on it. So every step of the way through your application, we have put in guides to, or we have put in notifications to tell you the process of the application. So till we are able to complete the application, we will tell you the process, the progress, basically. So basically we can pay via transfer. Let me see if I can try this. Sorry, my account is not on this one actually. Apologies. I just remembered that I don't have a bank app on this one. Apologies for that. Okay, let's see, pay via transfer. Okay, yeah, this could work. Okay, sorry, one sec, please. Let me pay for my other device. So I want to actually buy credit so that we can see that you get your credit when you do buy it. So
That's incredible. So one question for those who want to buy credit, like how much is the minimum price that you can pay in order to get this credit?
okay, while I would run the credit purchase again, but let me show us. If you want to see the credit plans that we have plans, and it's funny, we call them credits, right? It's like you're buying airtime. In the Nigerian lingua, you're buying airtime for your phone. So you're buying airtime for the job portal, right? So if you click on wallets, you will see the available options that we have. It shows you your balance, the history, and the options. The cheapest one is about 1,000 naira, 1,115 naira for Nigerians, or yeah, for Nigerians basically. And it gives you 10 credits. For 100 credits, you can see 10,250. For 1,000 credits, 101,600. So pretty cheap. You get the best value basically. You just have to come, read through the application, swipe for it, and relax. We do the other process basically. So the thought process behind the job portal is to help you, well, number one, save time. Because the application process itself takes the bulk of time, but we have put up systems that would help you cut that time off. So all you just have to do is come to our platform, come to the job portal, swipe for the jobs, and sit back and relax. And you see, you start getting notifications from the places you have applied to, calling you for interviews, calling you to write tests, and all of that. So I hope that answers the question, Promise.
Yes, it does. There's one person who has a question. Amolala, what's your question, please?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Before asking you this question, I have asked myself and I have laughed over it actually because it's so funny.
All
Okay.
questions are valid.
Okay. Thank you. All right. We have job sites like job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed. Those sites are free actually. Job.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the funny aspects. The sites are free and we know it's the site is jam packed somehow because a lot of Nigerians
Yeah.
like Kumbasom. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the difference between Blumefy? Because I can see you have to pay before you can get in here. Am I right? Before you can be able to apply.
You actually do get
Yeah.
free credits
Okay,
before you can
free
use
credit.
it. But
But that's just 5
yes,
credit. You can apply just 5 times. Am I correct?
yeah, up to 5 times or up to three or 4 times thereabouts. Yeah. So
So after that, you just have to pay for for me to be able
yeah.
to apply, right? So now, what is the difference? If I'm to join Blumefy now, like okay, I want to I want to join Blumefy. So what is the difference between Blumefy, Indeed, and LinkedIn?
So
Please, I want to be. You understand my question, right?
yes, I do 100%.
On Indeed, in fact, I can't count how many jobs application I have run on LinkedIn right now. I'm remembering it right now, and I'm saying, wow, that they should be supposed to give me what's it called if they can, because the numbers
Awards.
of job I awards. Thank you. the numbers of um the numbers of jobs I have applied to is uncountable, and I'm still here looking for you know what I'm saying. So wow, pitch blue fight to me. What is the difference?
So I would say Dr. Kika said something while he was speaking. He said, and I'm quoting him now, not verbatim, definitely, but the jobs we have here are curated jobs. We have a system
Okay.
that curates the job. So there's a difference between us and Indeed or Blue or Job Portal and LinkedIn, because number one, the jobs are created to fit you. You're not just seeing every job. You're not just seeing all the type of jobs that you would think. And there is one other thing that is very important to notice, that we are only going to be showing you remote and visa sponsored jobs. Remote and visa sponsored jobs. So it's not just we're not just bringing in jobs, or we're not just waking up in the morning and saying, "Oh, Jenny, what jobs should we post today? Let's just post 10,000 jobs and move on." No, our system comes through it. We have a list of specific places where we get our home jobs from. So we don't just add the regular jobs. We don't just add the regular opportunities. They are curated. That's number one thing. Number two is that with using Indeed and what's it called, LinkedIn, you still go through the process of fulfilling the applications yourself, right? We are taking that time off for you. All you just have to do is come, read through the application, or through the description rather, and decide. We take all of the thoughts. We go through all of the process for you. Our system has been put in place to actually do that for you. It saves you time, it saves you the energy, and in one place you can actually see the list of jobs that you have applied for. And while the application is ongoing, you know what exactly is happening. And what do I mean, you know what exactly is happening, is you can see during the call, you can see, okay, I think I should be able to sort down. Apologies, I have like quite a number. But if we look through this, you would see that it showed me that I actually did swipe for it. Once our system picks up the application, right, it tells you what exactly has happened with it. Has the application been fulfilled? Is it in progress? Is it completed? All of that. With Indeed and LinkedIn, you most likely will not get that much attention with it. And one other thing that you should know with Blumefy is you are presently in something that stands us out from those other platforms. The job corridor, where we are having a conversation on how you can position yourself. Yes, you would see a plethora of information on all of those platforms saying this is what you should do, but this is a conversation. This is where people that have actually done it, people that have actually made, or they have gotten those opportunities, people that have made it happen, are telling you how they do it. So we can go on and on and on and on and on,
Okay.
but I'll just leave you with those three, and I it's not a matter of, I wouldn't say that I'm trying to convince you, but I'm just with those few options, I'm making you see the reason why this might be the best option that you have, rather than having to go through the tedious process that you would normally go through. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, then. Thank you, Omolola, for your question. There was someone who had their hands up earlier. Murph, are you here? Do you have a question?
Not really. I think from his explanation, I wanted to ask from where where you guys are scraping the jobs from, because I can already tell that under the hood what's happening is that based off of the criteria that you put in the app, you guys go to a certain websites to scrape the jobs from and display to us. So I understand the work that is behind that. I just wanted to ask what those sites were, but from what you've explained now, it's clearer.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Shiminori.
Yeah, okay, let's run the payment process again. Okay, so we'll be recharging. So I'll just show us how easy it is. If you are using an iOS device, you'll be able to pay with Apple. For Android users like what I'm using at the moment, you'll be able to pay with Paystack or all of this option. Sorry about that. Okay, that's weird. Am I locked out of my account? That's weird.
All right. Sorry, can I ask a question? Since it's
Yeah,
Yes,
please
closer
please.
go
to.
ahead.
All right, cool. Um, so with this system that you guys run, are you guys filtering jobs that are not crowded? For example, with the filters that we put in before we onboard on the application, and the jobs that you're showing us, for example, is a remote job. It has been posted somewhere, right? And you guys scrape it from there, and most likely that's a public platform where people from around the world have seen it. So my question is, are you people in the curation that you're doing, are you scraping the jobs that are not crowded yet, or is just once your criteria meets what's available on those platforms, you just show us?
So one thing to note is one of the things to note is we directly scrape from majority from the career pages. Just this I can tell, career pages of companies that are putting out the applications, right? So, and one other thing that we do is once there's a period threshold that we've put in place on while the curation happens, that allows or that checks when the job was posted or when it came out. And we have a period where we don't put those jobs on again. So I won't tell you the exact date, but it is less. In fact, it is very low, like very, very low. So we don't if you see a job now today, you most likely would believe that it's probably just a day old on the platform. So I hope that answers the question.
All right, no problem. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Thank you, Murph.
Okay, like we just saw, I just made the credit purchase and it should get credited. Once you get credited, you can go on and you see, I didn't even have to reload. got sent a receipt, and same process, just rinse and repeat. Some other things that you can do is you can actually see like the list of jobs that you have applied for. You can look through them. One way to get there, you can click on beside the preference button, you can click on this button, and it shows you the list of jobs that you applied for. You can see these are the 2 jobs that I did apply for while I was testing it out, and you can actually check the process on there. You can tap to it to see more, see when you strike it and all of that details. So yes, thank you very much, everyone. Promise, over to you.
Thank you, Shimilori. This one is for the speakers, Mobolaji and Faith. Now that you have seen the job portal, what is your honest reaction? How would this have changed your journey when you were job searching?
Okay, so I would go first. The thing is, when I say job, like searching for job is a job on its own. You like, if you have to search for a job, that is, you have already given yourself a job. When I get people say, oh, apply to 100 jobs per day, and I'm like, people should just calm down and talk to us. How do you do these things? Because only searching through these platforms, remember I said something about checking for I mentioned something about checking for red flags. Now, working with people that working with professionals that job hunting, and also working with some companies, there was a particular company that, because I'm somebody that I usually on, like, because I've built a very good presence on LinkedIn, sometimes they reach out to me to help them check their personal branding and all of that. So there's a particular company that told me that all they have to do to get followers is post a job. Serious. So you have to, just to get followers, you will just go to LinkedIn and post a job, because you know that people would want to follow you so that they'll be able to see what your company is doing and all of that. And there are some people that are looking for CVs. Let me say I just want to come into a niche. Let me say I'm a customer success manager now, and I want to come into a niche, and I don't have CV to just come and put in this Blumefy now. I'll just come on LinkedIn and say I'm looking for a customer success manager. Then I will now check all the people that submitted CVs and look for the best, then copy it. Like, the rate at which people go, you will be surprised that out of 20 jobs you applied to, only 1 will be real. And you will just be wasting your strength, wasting your time. If you really calm down to check out for red flags, you will know that, you see those jobs on those platforms, they are just people that are playing with you, or the ones that they just carried from somewhere else and just come and put, or they just rinse and repeat. Or some of the jobs, if you check some of those places where the link will take you to, you see that these jobs were actually some months ago. So if I had Blumefy, like, since, I would not even bother to waste so much energy on searching for a job, because I was even thinking, when he got to the part where he will apply, I was even thinking that maybe they will ask you some questions. But maybe you swipe right, I saw applied, I was like, is that so? So it means as long as you put your CV, you are not even bothered about the whole process and all of that. So that is a big, big flex. And instead of you to waste the energy, all I have to do is optimize my CV. Come there, put the countries I decide to choose, do this, do that, go through the job post if it matches my CV, and make sure that you're actually going through the CV that actually work for you. I think that there's one hack that I usually do that I would say you should also do. So before I put my CV in every job platform, or maybe before you put your CV on this Blumefy now, what I would have said you should do, I don't know if it permits you to do other things before coming back to put your CV, but let me just give you a hack that I use to actually get jobs. So before you put your CV, or maybe you can put your CV and edit later, Go to those jobs that they put there. Check the requirements, check what they are looking for, and put those particular keywords that, let me say, if you check like 3 of those jobs, 1, 2, 3, or 4, because you've already put your job title and all those things you're looking for. So they will show you the jobs that match your profile or something like that. Check those particular keywords that you see that at least 3 jobs mentioned that they need. Then just add it to your CV, because keywords are very important, so that these people, that exactly what they are looking for is what they are actually seeing on your CV. Because you might be in the best platform, and if your CV is bad, you will still not get it. That's one thing that I know. If you do not put the right thing, because these companies are not charity organizations, they are hiring the best. Everybody wants the best in their team. So if your CV is bad, go and check your CV. Do it. Make sure that you have the experiences, you have the skills, everything from your professional experience to your skills to your certifications. And I always advise certifications, because most people now are not doing what they studied in school. So if your CV now just have agric, you studied agricultural science, and you're applying for virtual assistants, or you're applying for customer success manager, you don't expect them to just studied agric. But if your CV have certifications in customer success, you know that this person went the extra mile to get more knowledge on these things. So your CV should be well tailored, and then you just go into it. So if I had this thing, I feel like I would have just, by now, the energy I wasted on applying for jobs, it will not even take me up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes to apply for up to 5 to 6 jobs. All I have to do, read the job application and read the job fits me, and then I apply. So I would just say this is like one thing that I feel like would have happened when I started. So this is actually a very good one, and I really, as I'm here like this, as I'm just finishing this thing, I'm actually going to put my CV. I've already downloaded it, but I just wanted to see the whole thing. So I would also put the CV and then see what I can get from it too. Because do we ever stop job hunting? I'm not sure we ever do.
Thank you so much, Faith. Justina, you have a question. Molola, I will get to you
That's
soon.
cycle. Okay, my question is this: if you when you apply to jobs, like you go to career pages and you apply for jobs, usually you get notifications. I have downloaded this Blumefy and signed up and already applied for a job, but I didn't get a notification. So how do I track the job I applied for?
Let me jump in, Promise.
All right.
Yeah. When you say you didn't get a notification, you didn't get any email, or do
As
you
to
mean
the job
notification?
As to the job I applied for, there was no email as regards to that. But when I signed up, I got a welcome email for signing up. But I applied for a job. At least I'm supposed to get a notification for applying for a job, so that I'll keep a tab.
Uh,
Did you check
while
your
we were
spam
doing the demo,
folder?
You said what?
I asked if she checked her spam folder. At times, emails may go into the spam folder at times, or promotion now folder.
It's not in my spam either.
Apart from that, I think I saw inside the app where he showed a particular session where you see the jobs that you applied for. I think I saw it there.
Yes.
Yes.
So, just to verify, sorry, can I get your full name actually?
Justina, same name on the
All right, thank you.
same name in the meeting.
All right then. Omolola asked the question: is there a way Blumefy can check out our CV before pasting it?
Apologies. Promise, please, can you come with the question again?
Okay, Omolola asked a question. She said, is there a way Blumefy can check out our CV before pasting it?
Is there a way we can check out your CV before you paste it? Yes and no. So yes, we do have a service that allows that we offer that we can revamp your CV for you. We have a service like that, rather, but it's not live on the app. You want me to start dropping T's? Watch the space. But you can reach out to our customer success agents and they can run it for you, or they can connect you to the people that's in the team that is in charge of doing that. But look, very soon you would have access to a lot of all these things right from the mobile app. But at the moment on the mobile app, no, you can't do that. But we do it through our customer success agents. Once you sign up on our platform, I believe our customer success agents would, or once you fill our migration form rather, I believe our customer success agents will reach out to you. You can tell them the service that you want and definitely you would get the service.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Mobolaji, do you have any words about the job portal?
Yeah, so for me, basically, can you hear me, Promise?
Yes, I can.
So for me, basically, I'm just going to say that if I had Bloomfy while I was busy, on my early days, I'm just going to turn my LinkedIn to pretty much what it is, just a portfolio. I'm not going to really probably be so concerned about job search on LinkedIn. I'm going to be uploading my work on LinkedIn, try to be visible, and I'm just going to focus on Blumefy for the application. That's what I'm going to do instead of really stressing myself out on LinkedIn and other job portals. That's just pretty much because obviously Blumefy makes the applications really easy, really tailored down to like which locations and all of that stuff. So Bloomfy is just really, really good at that application. But for me, all right. So I mean, if I had this earlier, I mean, I will just focus all my application effort, on Bloomfy.
All right, thank you so much. So you've heard it. This is the QR code, and this is the link. For the first time users, you will get 10 credits, which allows you to apply to up to 3 jobs for free. This one, there is no credit card required. So if I were you, I would hurry up and just register and try it, because as it is, you have nothing to lose. It's just to try it out and see. And when you eventually use up the credits, you can use less than 1,500 to buy credits and reapply for other jobs again. So without wasting so much of your time, thank you so much. You can connect with our speakers on LinkedIn. You can connect with Mobolaji Faluba and Idema Faith or Miram on LinkedIn. They'll be happy to take any of the questions, have a discussion with you. Just reach out to them. They are accessible. All right, so I want to thank you so much for your time. I also want to apologize for having taken the most of the time. I know we said that it would be 60 minutes conversation, but the way things went, it is way far past that time. And I thank you for staying through the session. You can follow us on our Instagram and TikTok as Blumefy Global, and you can follow us on LinkedIn as just Blumefy. So thank you so much for staying with us. Omolola, yes.
Okay, this is just on a lighter mood. Please, Mr. Mobolaji and Miss Faith, please don't come on Blumefy. Please, we are struggling. You are there. Don't come and drag this job with us.
Yeah, please don't drag jobs with them.
Don't.
Omolola, thank you so much. All right, thank you. You've been a good sport, Omolola. Thank you for engaging. I will still reach out to you with the replay of the conversation if you would like to just go over things and take notes later on. We will still be in discussion via email, and I think we would be opening access to our WhatsApp community. It is free. You get access to migration updates if you are interested in migration, and you also get access to weekly job updates in which we'll give you information on the job market, what to do, how to stand out, how to position yourself, and all of that. So we will be in touch very soon. Good night, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. Bye.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.